So here's a story. This book has some poetry, it has an invitation to practice, some questions. My dream for the book is that it's a book club book or something that you read that you can use as a workbook. But it also, the first time I ran through it, the editor I was working with said, it's not a college paper, for heaven's sakes, you know, soften up a little bit, add a few stories. So here's a story. We can cultivate trust, communication, authentically, empathy, and remain calm even if those around us are stressed and reactive. I had an opportunity to practice these skills working in a community pharmacy. A man walked up to the pharmacy counter to pick up his mother's insulin. The prescription was not filled, and he began yelling at my technician to find out why it was not ready. As he escalated, she glanced my way, inviting me to assist. It's kind of one of my roles. That and anything about herbal preps in the pharmacy. Someone's here to see you, Michele. That's what they say. I walked over to relieve her, and he recapped his demand to get his insulin immediately. I took a deep breath, in through my nose and out through my mouth, which I've done many times, which activated that relaxation response in my body and my mind. I utilized all 5 of my senses to bring my awareness more fully into the present moment. What was he saying behind the words? I opened my ears and eyes fully. Clearly, he was frustrated beyond the presenting circumstances. He felt confused and in pain. What did I feel in my body as I was listening to him? I opened my heart to connect with his. I felt centered, feeling the bottoms of my feet firmly planted on the ground. After every few seconds, I mirrored his words to demonstrate my understanding. My technician's search of our database showed that his mother's prescription had been filled and picked up a few days earlier at the other pharmacy nearby. He yelled at me and told me that was impossible, and I would be responsible for his mother's uncontrollable diabetes and potential death if I did not give him the medicine immediately. He was very loud about this. People were avoiding the pharmacy. I offered to give it to him. It would be $100, as the insurance would not pay for the refill so soon after the medication was picked up. He escalated more, I mirrored more. I had one of my technicians call the other pharmacy to confirm it had indeed been picked up. Yes, they had an electronic image of the signature, verifying it had been picked up. He was livid. They were lying. I had them fax the signature to me. I assured him we would find a solution that would not leave his mother without her life-sustaining insulin. While waiting and conversing, he began to lower his voice a bit, explaining he was on his way to pick up his mother for a doctor's appointment and he was on a very tight schedule. The fax arrived and I presented it to him. He began to tear up. The signature was his father's. He explained that his dad was suffering from Alzheimer's disease and must have picked up the insulin a few days prior at the other pharmacy nearby their house and did not remember. The man went on to share that his mother has been full-time caregiver for his father, and they were still living in their home together. With her diabetes and other health care problems worsening, she'd been in and out of the hospital, and caring for his aging parents had become unmanageable. He looked me in the eyes and offered a thank you and an apology. He would find the insulin in his parents' home before heading to the doctor's appointment. I looked into his eyes, connecting to his center within. I assured him his apology was accepted and wished him and his family well. Wherever we are, we just show up. That's all that's required. And sometimes it's easier than others.